Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the PEP Talk. In today's topic, we're going to be talking about resin and packaging costs. But first, always with me, Tom. Tom, how's it going?
Going all right, Jeff. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. The weather's kind of gloom over here in Idaho, but we're thriving. But today, just to kind of give you some insight, Tom and I are going to be talking about, of course, the resin and packaging costs, and then so understanding the cost that's associated with resin and packaging is crucial for businesses involved in manufacturing and product distribution. And of course, we're going to have Tom basically give us the breakdown.
Yeah, so this is something that, just part of regular business is we try to inform all of our customers of where we think resin packaging is going to go, especially with 100, or I'm sorry, resin prices are going to go, how they're going to impact your packaging costs. And then you could take advantage of 180 days warehouse if you think they're going to go up in the future, or if you think they're going to continue to trend down, maybe you take less of an inventory position because you don't want to stock up on packaging that's, let's just say for simple math, $100 per 1,000 bags, which is 10 cents a bag, right? But if you know in 4 months it might be 90 cents or $90, right? And 9 cents, and it goes down a penny, maybe you don't take such a big stocking position. So one thing that we try to do at Freedom Packaging with all of our customers is give them a resin outlook. And then Jeff and I were kind of talking about pep talk things. I'm like, why don't we just do this for everybody during the pep talk? It doesn't take that long. This might be something that we do on a monthly basis or on at least a quarterly basis to kind of give you an outlook. And we'll talk about all the major resins. But I think the most important thing, and when I say major resins, let's say polyester, polypropylene, and then nylon, which is polyamide if you want to be fancy about it, and then all the different versions of polyethylene, right? You have high density polyethylene, low density polyethylene, low linear density polyethylene. The reason we cover those is that's what's typically used in packaging. Now, an interesting thing about packaging is everybody's kind of moving to mono material for requirements for major brands to be recyclable, right? So what we used to do as a polyester, low linear density polyethylene mix, now we're swapping out that polyester with machine direction oriented polyethylene, and now it's pure polyethylene and can be used for store drop off. That was pretty wordy. Any questions on the setup of resins before we get into actual trends?
Yeah, no, this is good. I mean, it's gonna be
Okay.
it's gonna allow people to really be like, hey, we can check in with Tom and Jeff every month or every quarter and really understand the resin and the packaging costs. This is great.
Yep. Yep. So the first thing to understand is all of these resins are petroleum-based resins. So the all will move in general in the same direction as the price of crude goes. So obviously during COVID, resin prices, due to supply and demand and being able to move stuff on and off ships and everything, just like everything else, the pricing went through the roof and it was super volatile. So that's interesting. And now what we're seeing and what I've been projecting for a while now is that resin costs are starting to go down as our crude oil costs are starting to go down, which is great. So the biggest one that I'm really concerned with is LDPE or LLDPE, is that's the majority of what's used in the packaging that we provide to our customers, right? So they might do a polyester polyethylene mix, but the polyester is only 48 gauge, where the polyethylene is 200 gauge. Granted, it's less dense, but again, the majority of the packaging that we're putting out, even if it's mixed plastic, 85% of that package is still polyethylene. So that's the most important one.
I have a
But
question real quick to
yeah,
interrupt
go
you.
ahead.
So what kind of dictates the pricing change? I mean, how do you, I mean, because you're looking at that stuff all the time. And so how do you kind of, whenever you're looking at that, what do you really, what really sticks out to you the most and go, oh man, it's going to drop? I mean, it's just,
Again, well, there's non-market adjustments that CGI does that I can't control,
I got
right?
you.
But
Understood.
just looking at, for example, and I'm not saying good, bad, or indifferent, but the policies of energy from the Biden administration to the Trump administration are completely different, right? We're almost out of oil reserves. Like then they
Yeah.
started digging into the oil reserves close to the election to drop down the price at the pump during the election. Blah blah blah. They really shut off a lot of because of um, environmental impact or global warming. They really tried to kill a lot of domestic drilling, especially on federal
Yeah.
lands, where the Trump administration treats that differently, and they want to be energy independent from other countries, which I get. But again, this is not a political thing. It's just a change in just how one administration versus the other handles energy. So
Yeah.
I kind of had a feeling after Trump won the election that we would start to see a drop in crude and therefore a drop in packaging costs throughout the 2025 year. And I was right. So,
Yeah.
for example, let's just call out for large buyers of polyester. In May of last year, it was about 96 cents a pound. Let me do April. April, it was 98 cents a pound. This April, it's 90 cents a pound. So almost a 10% reduction in just polyester.
Wow.
Nylon went from $1.89 down to $1.42, 50 cents. That's like a 25% decrease in nylon. Polypropylene went from 76 cents per pound, and right now it's 55 cents per pound, about a
Yeah.
33%. Your LLDPE and your hexene and your octane, again, in April of 2023, it was 62 cents. And now it is 51 cents, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So what we're seeing is a decrease in packaging costs. So when, let's say, polyethylene goes down, depending on your packaging structure, how thick it is, and stuff like that, if polyethylene is going down by like 7 or 8%, that's usually a 1 to 2%. It translates difference in your costs, because obviously the material cost of what's in there isn't the only cost in producing packaging, especially if it's printed. If it's unprinted, your material cost is a larger portion of it, but when it's printed, laminated, and there's a lot of steps in production, then the material cost becomes a smaller percentage of the total cost it creates to produce that packaging, if that makes sense, right? Like if I'm just extruding polyethylene and it's just liners for both frozen food or fresh food, which we offer, by the way, shameless plug, yeah, then your material costs are going to be the majority of it. But if it's a PET, PE mix, and it's a super intricate pouch with a zipper inserted and gusseted, and it's printed and beautiful, then your material cost might only be a small, they're going to be a smaller portion of the total cost to produce that. Obviously, labor will be involved, inks will be involved, lamination adhesive will be involved, shipping, like there's just a bunch of different steps in there that are involved.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're seeing now. So, and it's interesting, like when crude goes, usually there's about a 6-month delay as far as resin goes. So crude will post here, and then we're buying our resin at a 3-month at a time. So like in Q2, for example, we're using the average of our Q1 resin cost because we're buying a quarter at a time. So it's just like, okay, we get it on rail cars. We have all these Gaylords full of resin. That's what we bought it at the time. So that's what's really reflected in Q2. But what I can tell you is like February, it's gone down, but there was a market adjustment, but it just continues to go down and down and down, which is awesome. And that's kind of where I consider it to go. Now, there's other projected average resin prices out there that say Q2 is going to be the lowest, and then it's going to creep up by a small amount. But that's what they're saying is like, some people are projecting that Q2, it'll be at 44 cents and then 46 in Q3, 47. I kind of have a feeling that it's just going to continue to taper down. As long as those non-market adjustments go away or lessen, then everybody's going to be buying their packaging for a more cost-effective way, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. And kind of what, I mean, just the beginning of this podcast, what Tom and I are mentioning, I mean, we're going to be doing this, quarterly, monthly. We haven't really decided yet, but whenever we do come up with it, it's such an in-depth topic that if you're not wanting to go in that depth and you want just an easy way to find out stuff, I mean, that might be, the time to come and listen to our, that pep talk, because that's what we're going to start doing for you, is giving you this information and kind of give you that shortcut. And so it sounds like we'll be seeing you guys all in the next one. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. And again, if we really think resin is going to go up, take advantage of the 180-day warehousing before the resin price increase is put into place, and then you can kick that can down the road by 6 months, and by maybe 6 months it'll come back down. So not feasible for everybody to buy 6 months worth of inventory, but we give you the option. We don't charge you for it. So kind of a nice thing. But for now, I can kind of continue to see resins being flat, slowly inching down through the rest of 2025. And then we'll kind of see how 2026 moves. But everything looks good right now.
Yeah, it definitely is. And based off what you were saying, it definitely looks good. And I hope you guys all got some important information from this. And Tom and I are, again, we're going to come up with a time frame, when to post it, whenever. And Tom, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of time frame are we looking at here? You think maybe monthly, quarterly? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I think we could do monthly. I mean, it's not going to
Monthly?
be huge moves typically, unless something crazy happens, like a global pandemic. But I mean, we're getting an update on the month. Might as well pass it on
Yeah.
with everybody, and
Right.
then again, we could do ad hoc ones if all of a sudden, like, something crazy happens with a world war in the Persian Gulf or something like bananas that we think is
Yeah.
going to impact it. Then we'll have like a little force majeure meeting on it and just say, hey, this is where we think it's going to go.
Right. Yeah. No. And it's did you want to talk about tariffs a little bit more today, or do you kind of just want to?
No, not really. I mean, like what we're seeing with Asia now and everybody agreeing to 10% for at least 90 days. I don't know what to talk about. That's good.
Yeah.
We were,
Right.
that's a surprise. I projected that tariffs with China were going to be high and stay for a long time, but I don't know. I mean, trying to predict what the Trump administration is going to do with tariffs has been proven to be difficult.
Yeah. Well, I think that about wraps up this pep talk, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I know Tom and I always enjoy talking to ourselves. This is one of our, best moments here for sure. But we hope you enjoyed this pep talk. This is fun for us. I hope it's fun for you guys as well. And we'll see you guys all in the next one. And I know, Tom, you got something to say. I know it's burning in you.
Yeah, well, I've got a couple things to say. Number one, let us know if you want the resin update every month, or if you think quarterly is good. We'll base it off of your recommendation there. Number
Yep.
two, if you like the pep talk, obviously you can catch it on LinkedIn, you can catch it on our YouTube. Please
Yep.
subscribe, smash a like button, tell
Boom.
your friends, all of that stuff that I'm supposed to say at the end of this thing. So
Yep.
there you go.
There it is.
All
Well, we
right.
appreciate you all. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Whoop.